So I'm going to tell a story about my great-grandmother. And my great-grandmother is a tank. Alright? She's 97 years old and lives by herself in a 2-story house in Levittown, New York.
Wow.
And this one time, about 3 years ago, she was watering her lawn. Now you gotta remember, this woman is 94 years old. I could call her right now and she could tell you when she was 16. Like, she's sharp as a tack.
Really?
She's watering her lawn and slipped and fell and broke her hip. Alright? Now I know what you're thinking, oh, that's a horrible story, that's not funny at all. Like I said, she's a tank. She gets on her back and crawls, instead of calling for help, crawls on her back through her soaking wet lawn, up this like little 2 set of stairs, through her living room, through the dining room, past the kitchen, into like her sunroom in the back, turns around, goes back through the dining room into the kitchen, pulls herself up onto the counter to turn the stove off and move a pot, to crawl back through the dining room and into the sunroom, where her only phone in the house is located. Okay, you know, one of those big number button phones with the numbers like this that you could hit with like a baseball from a mile away. Dials 911, calls for help, and then lays on the floor until the ambulance comes. They come and they're like, hello, and she's like, oh, I'm in here. Just laying there with a broken hip. They take her away, and then they put her, they fix her up and everything, and they put a bunch of screws and whatnot in her hip, and they said that she was going to be in rehab for 3 months. 3 weeks later, she checks herself out and goes back home and still lives for the next 3 years by herself in her house. Moral of the story is, if you eat healthy, you can last for friggin' ever. This woman's gonna outlive me, I swear. So, that's my story.